Rwanda and the DRC must walk back from the brink of war. Parties to the conflict and regional actors should immediately resume the Nairobi and Luanda processes. These regional diplomatic efforts, not military conflict, are the only path toward a negotiated solution and sustainable.
Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This video is about DRC Congo, what is going on. The conflict that is going on for years and years has intensified. But this time, I think it's spreading to Rwanda, and the Rwanda president has been sending warnings for a long time now. But now, the USA has got involved, South Africa has got involved, even though they were there for some time now. It has been like the dynamic is changing. US has warned Rwanda to step back so they can talk this through peacefully, because Rwanda has been sending warning that he is ready, Paul Kagame is ready to defend his country and his people. They can sleep and rely on the army to support them. Congo is suffering. Congo DRC is suffering a lot. This is the country that doesn't have to suffer. They have everything. God has given them everything. Yet this country is poor. They have been terrorized by their own people through other means, which is not fair. When can Africa wake up and say enough is enough? How can you look at the face of your brother, your sister, and then delete them? The same people, they have the same color, they speak the same language. What is wrong with us? Just because of these resources, that if we bring peace, we can all enjoy. What is going on? There's allegation that Rwanda is involved, Uganda is involved, but it's more, the finger is pointing more to Rwanda. And Mr. Paul Kagame has denied it several times. He has asked questions several times that those people who said he is involved, they know the answer. They should answer the question. They should tell the truth. So far, no one is telling us what exactly is going on in this country. It is very complex. It's very complex. No one understands, but the people fighting understand what they are doing. But I think it's silly to be deleting your own people in the name of wealth. Who are the people benefiting from all these resources? Recently, the president has resigned. I said resign because they have an agreement with China, but they have changed the agreement that Congo will earn more from the resources from China. Agreement that China will help them repair their roads, and the rest, they are getting more percentage than Ghana. About, from 60 to 73%. I'll bring that video later. So why are the people still suffering? I can't see the president suffering because looking at him, he's very comfortable. So what can they do to help their own people? Please listen to what Rwanda president has to say or has to tell his people in Rwanda. Thank you so much.
Defending this country that has suffered for so long and nobody came to help. I don't need permission from anybody. To do what we have to do to protect ourselves. I said it in broad daylight. I have said it to those who matter in this problem. And that's what is going to happen. You go home, sleep, don't do anything. There will be nothing crossing this borders of this small country of ours.
Yes, you heard what he said. When it comes to his country, he would do anything to defend his country. Rwanda president has, some time ago tell us that he will resign. He will not run for the next term. But now he has decided. And I'm having a feeling that because of this conference that has intensified again, that's why he decided to run for office again, just to protect his people. And they are behind him. They are supporting him 100%. What they've been through is terrible. And if you are in his position, you will do anything to defend your people. So if by defending his people, they are calling him, he's a murderer and he is the one sponsoring other people, then he said, so be it. When the Liberia war came, our president was kind enough to bring a lot of them here on a ship. And they built a camp for them. Now the camp has been demolished ahead, whether it's true or not. But we have integrated with them, we intermarry, and a lot of them, they have children. But there will be people among them that they will never forget what happened to their parents and will decide one day to go back. So what he has explained is they have received 500 or 600 soldiers from Congo in their refugee camp. They build a camp for them. They look after them. But then they send the arms that they were holding back to Congo. So they should find out the evidence is there. The people who are causing this war are there. So he doesn't if these same people has a group and decide to go back to Congo and reiterate, it's not his business. It's not him sending them or sponsoring them. They should look through and find the people who are sponsoring them. Now the U.S. has already sent his warning to them to back up. Whether they will back up or not, we don't know. But there is tension between Rwanda, Uganda, and let's say South Africa as well, because they have also sent troops there. Let's listen to this and I'll be back. Thank you so much.
Ramaphosa says the deployment of the South African Defence Force is in line with fulfilling South Africa's international obligation towards the SADC mission to support the Democratic Republic of Congo. South Africa has deployed almost 3,000 soldiers to the conflict-ridden eastern DRC. They will work alongside the DRC security forces as well as troops from Tanzania and Malawi in fighting rebel groups, most prominently the M23 rebels, and bring peace and security to the region. However, many analysts in South Africa predict a major uphill task.
The problem with the intervention is that that region is huge geographically. And the second problem is that South Africa and the SADC forces do not understand the region as well as the rebels, because the rebels, that's their home.
Thank you for listening up to this stage. They are concerning that South Africa do not know the area well. But according to one Congolese in South Africa, he said that because South Africa, some of the troops are already there for years and years. So they will lead the new the new soldiers into the area that the rebels are. Okay. Mr. Paul Kagame said he is not sponsoring them. So I wonder why he's now sending warning to the UN not to sponsor South Africa. But because according to the news, South Africa do not have enough funds to maintain the presence of their troops in in Congo. So they are calling on UN, since UN is leaving, because the president of DRC has called on UN peacekeepers to leave the country because they are not doing anything. The conference is still there, and for years and years they have been there and not doing anything. They should leave so they will fight their own fight. Okay, South Africa came with this strategy that if UN is leaving, the money that they are spending there, that they will no more spend, they should give it to them, the South African troops. so they will use it to help the Congo people. This is why Rwanda has sent a message to UN to stop it before it's too late. So let's read together what I found, the article I found online about what Mr. Paul Kagame said. Thank you so much. Rwanda has written to the United Nations Security Council warning the international body that it could spark a regional war if it provides any support to the SADC mission in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. That South Africa is in SADC, so you know that group, Rwanda is warning them that they should not support them. I wonder why Mr. Paul Kagame has to send this warning to them, because if we say we want peace in Africa, all the presidents came together and they said they have to silence the gun. And Congo, Sudan, and some other countries in Africa were among the countries that we want to silence, especially Congo and Sudan. So I don't know why he has to stop this mission. But then he was saying there should be diplomatic ways. Well, there has been diplomatic ways long time ago, and it's not working. I'm not calling for war. I do not want war. I wish they would go back to the table and sort out the differences so this will end peacefully. Because at the end of the day, those at the top are not the people suffering. Those under, the young ones, the elderly people, the innocent ones are the ones suffering. Enough. These people need to enjoy the natural resources that God has given to them for free to enjoy. It's enough. Africa leaders, come together, stand up against this terror that is going on. End this once and for all. Put your egos aside. It's too much. It's too much. You know, sometimes I don't want to listen or watch the video of Congo, but we all have to do our bit to bring the news out because it's depressing. Let's say it is depressing, but we can't keep quiet and watch our people suffer and keep suffering, because there's no one that will tell it for us, just like other people are telling about Ukraine and Palestine and the rest. We don't have anyone to tell. That's why I'm doing this video. If please you know anything different, please share with us so we can all learn from what is going on in Congo. I just don't want to see those children digging goals and things with their fingers that they will not benefit at the end of the day. They will come for them and they will be running with their mattress and their bags. Some even don't have, they will run with whatever they have and go and sleep somewhere that, you know, is not home. Now they block all the road that send food to some of the places, so there will be starvation. And who will they call? They will call UN, humanitarian needs to come back again. And we all know when they come what they do. They will help a bit, but they will help themselves more. So we don't want that. I thought when they went to the AU meeting summit recently, this would be the main topic, you know, that they will stretch on more. But they were talking about financial what. Well, the financial situation, we all know where it ends up. Even though they have been borrowing more, if they stop borrowing, I mean, they will not be giving them more interest. That's what they were talking about. They were stressing about more interest that they are giving to them than talk about the rare elephant in the room, which is Congo and Sudan and Somalia. Thank you so much for listening. Please leave your comment. I appreciate your time. God bless you as always. Bye-bye.
DRC, they remain deeply concerned by the renewed escalation of hostilities in the eastern part of the country. They reiterate their call for the M23 group to cease its offensive and to respect the Luanda roadmap.
The UN peacekeepers.
When there were discussions about sending this SADC force, SADC went to the UN and asked the UN for money. They said, now that the UN mission is going away, why don't you give us that money that you've been giving the UN? So the discussion from last year was, this is not going to be an exclusively SADC-funded force, because this is an international commitment. So the issue now is just how then South Africa and SADC can convince the UN to